says, "Oh, wow." And she pauses. And then she looks at my wife and she says, "Did you drink during your pregnancy? Did you do drugs?" Now, my wife's from Detroit. So I had noticed that this person who came in the elevator pushed 3. So it's like, oh, we're going just 1 floor. And I got to separate these 2 people. And so she makes her comment, the doors come open, and I'm pushing closed door, closed door, closed door, closed. Because I'm thinking this is going to turn ugly fast. Very, very fast. But that was a huge pivot point in my life. Now think about that. You can take a point like that and you can go right down the middle with it. That was my immigrant parents. Some person says a random thing to you in an elevator, forget about it. You could go in a different direction and say, I'll never forget it and feel badly about it for the rest of my life, right? I mean, that's an option. You could go totally on the other side and say, I'm going to develop my entire life and career around this thing and become the expert in it and fix it. I knew I couldn't do any of those things. What I could do was something in the middle, a gentle pivot, where I could work to make a space in the world where maybe one person wouldn't have an elevator experience like that, where there'd be more clinicians working with these children, more clinicians influencing family and friends, right? But like, I can't solve it. I can't fix that one moment, but I can pivot. I can do something meaningful. So I did, and I got involved. One of the ways that we got involved was we first reached out to the hospital and we said, hey, if any parents have children with a condition like this one and just want to talk to somebody, let us know, knock on the door. Never got a call. Well, what do we know about the incidence of this? It's like 1 in 700, 680, it depends on the math. But then there was a knock at the door. And someone reached out to us and said, hey, there's a class that's for new parents who feel they need help with developmental milestones. Would you be willing to do the speech, language, hearing development portion of this class? We were like, we are on it. We're going to do this thing. So we did. We did that for about a year. Then more knocks came at the door. Can you help with this? Would you serve in a capacity this way? We hear you show up, right? And we kept showing up. I kept showing up. I've told you about a really negative pivot point. You're at a really positive pivot point. The knocks at the door that you're going to hear first in your career are things like, hey, this patient and their family drove 4.5 hours to get here. Would you mind giving a little bit of your lunch break to see them so that they don't have to make that long drive again? Or, hey, this patient's services were denied by their insurance, and you know they're reasonably, ethically, medically necessary. Can you go to bat for them and advocate for this service? It's going to be a knock at your door. Or a knock at your door as a possible school-based clinician might be, can you talk with our administration and just advise them on how these services work and what's needed? And what I hope you do is you, in a pivot point like that, reflect on today. And you reflect on the joy of today, but then also the responsibility of today. Because my pivot point that I shared with you was entirely not positive. but you have the chance to imprint this positive pivot point today as you move forward. Now, you see there's a bucket up there. So my Dutch parents, there's a Dutch saying, een emmer naar de oceaan, meaning a bucket to the ocean. People will say, you're coming at some of these problems, and I don't know if you can solve them. Some problems are going to feel really big in your work environment and in your sphere. What I'm going to advise you is always show up with your bucket. I always showed up with the bucket, and it seemed to work out, even when the challenges were really big. And remember this, remember the scale of that bucket. For some of your patients, their ocean of problems relative to the bucket you have as a clinician, you can really make a difference for those patients by going the extra mile and stepping in for them. So it's pivotal time. I'm excited for you. I'm excited to be here. I see your excitement, and I see the like, can I just get my white coat? Two more things. Imprint it. I've already said that, right? As a positive point in your life where you can make change. Even if it's hard, even if it doesn't always work, you don't give up. You take your bucket to that ocean. Second thing, and it resonates with the opening remarks, you probably didn't get here by yourself. There are probably people who supported you in this joyous, pivotal occasion. I can see them. Please thank them. If they're not here today, please reach out to them and say, some guy told me to say thank you, because you don't do these things alone. There are people who opened their wallet for you. There are people who opened their arms for you. There are people who opened their ears for you. Whatever the case, please thank them today in this pivotal point on your journey. Congratulations.
Okay, with that, I would like to invite this first row of students to stand and go over, and we will start awarding the white coats.
We'll begin by recognizing our Doctor of Audiology students. Cecily Groves. Nathan Hare. Brooklyn Millam. And now we'll recognize our Masters of Speech Language Pathology students. Isabella Angevine. Madison Beam. Claire Brizzard. Mackenzie Broom. Emily Chandler. Annika Christensen. Hannah Copenhaver. Taylor Frame. Angela Funderburk. Shay Haniff. Isabella Hoffman. Kenley Howard. Adeline Ivy. Malia Jividen. Rebecca Johnson. Jessica Joseph. Emma McLaughlin. Reagan McMullen. Lauren Meehan. Chase Messick. Nabila Muhammad. Megan Murray. Caitlin O'Neill. Madeline Oxley. Elizabeth Payne. Sadie Peace. Kelly Resch. Brady Roberts. Gabriella Roberts. Isabella Rogers. Riley Skeens. Emma Swaniger. Samantha Tennant. Moira Twig. Jordan Wells. Cassidy Wilfong. Kate Witherell. Please join me in congratulating all of our students who are beginning their external clinical placements.
And so now I would invite all of the students that just got their white coats to stand up, and in your pocket, you should be able to find your oath. I'm going to start you, but then you're going to loudly continue so that we can all hear you recite your oath. As a doctor of audiology, all together, we're all going to read it. And yes, there's going to be a few words where you have overlap. And speech language pathology. You can sit. Okay, I promise not to come between you, your cupcakes, and whatever lunch thing you have scheduled with your families. But I do just want to say a couple of thank yous. I first would like all of us, and I don't even think that Robin's in here, but I would like to thank Robin for all of her hard work in organizing and preparing today's event. She is the beautiful redhead that will be at the table, so be sure to tell her thank you as you go through, because none of this would happen without all of her hard work. I would also like to thank all of the faculty. They have not only given up this Saturday, but many hours outside of their normal workday. And I use that like in parentheses because we don't really have normal work days as faculty. But they sacrifice so much for the very reasons that Mary Beth and Mark were both just talking about, and that is a service to the profession, giving back, and trying to have a wide impact. And so if we could all thank them right now. Lastly, I would ask you all who are receiving your white coats to turn around and make eye contact with those that have come to support you today and give them a personal thank you as well. Okay, that actually wasn't the last thing. I am really excited to share, because I don't know that everybody knows this, but this particular cohort of our online SLP group is really special because we extended enrollment outside of the state of West Virginia. And we have a number of students that traveled, and then we're actually live streaming this so that the others that weren't able to make it could view and watch. And so I want to thank them and their families for putting such a special efforts to this event. It's their first time on campus, so hopefully all of you are welcoming them and helping them feel really a part of our university, because that's wonderful. We've got 2 from California, Claire and Nabila, and Maura came from West Virginia, but really thank all of you. Okay, with that, I just want to remind all of you that I can't reiterate enough of what Mary Beth alluded to. Your white coat is not a power symbol. And I think our natural human tendency, because all of us want to be important, is that we might accidentally view it as that. But please remember what they both reminded you. It should actually tell you, I'm at service to others. And my first question is, how can I help you? And if we keep that at the forefront with all of our clients and their families, but also our fellow coworkers, we can take those moments where we have an opportunity to take a turning point, as Mark referred to it, and make it good, even when it may not be good, and then build upon the good when it is, because we're all going to have turning points in our life. And hopefully, we're always able to make good come out of those vital moments. And so with that, we'll let the students process out. There will be a picture in the pylons by cohort. So if you can kind of gather in your groups, the photographer will get a group photo that then we'll share with you, all of you. So we'll let them leave first. And then families, that means that you get to go get cupcakes and cookies first. So you can hit the front of the line. And so with that, thank you all.